What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chevy from the New Faith Christian Church of Springfield, coming to you for Sensational Sundays with Chevy. We've got something good and ready for you today. I believe that what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And so rather than just talking at you today, let's talk together. I don't want to talk at you. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation today. And I hope that this is something that bless you. I want to talk real tonight. Let's go here. No matter how long you live, no matter how long or how short your life is, there is a guarantee that you are going to have a need. My need may not be your need. Your need may not be my need. But cousins, at the end of the day, you have to understand that eventually you will have a need for something. You can have a need for food. Pretty simple. You could have a need for drink or water. Pretty simple. You can have a need for finances. And with the pandemic and everything going on, that's pretty much understandable. But then you could have a need for acceptance. In addition to a need for acceptance, you could have a need to be loved. You could have a need to love. You could have a need for peace. You could have a need for tranquility. It doesn't really matter what the need is. The fact of the matter is that you will have a need. Friends, if you have ever taken a psychology class, you have heard of the American psychologist named Abraham Maslow. And if you passed that class, you probably had to memorize what the hierarchy of needs. The fact of the matter is, Abraham Maslow was highly esteemed for and well known for his hierarchy of needs. At the center of the hierarchy of needs, we see that there is a psychological need for belongingness and there's a psychological need for love. So to put in other terms, there is a need pretty much for intimate relationships and there is a need for friends. And while I understand that and I appreciate it, and even part of me agrees with that, I can't help but to believe that there are increasing numbers, especially among millennials, who are involved in unrequited relationships. Now, Chevy, hold on, pump your brakes right there. What are you talking about? Unrequited relationships. Unrequited means it's a feeling of love that is not returned or rewarded. So, in other words, we can simply put that as you care for somebody or you love somebody who does not have the capacity to love you or care for you. Now that's real rough because a lot of us find ourselves in the sea of what do I do's when you are in an unrequited relationship. What do I do? Where do I go? What do I say? How do I respond? Where do I go from here? And rightfully so, you have the right to be in a sea of uncertainty, but that doesn't fix the fact that you are in an unrequited relationship. And for many reasons, people have been hurt. For many reasons, people have had their hearts broken. For many reasons, there are a trail of unclaimed tears that nobody wants to take responsibility for. And it leaves some people stating things like, if I had only done this, then he would love me or she would love me. If I would have only said this, then he would love me or she would love me. If I would have only gave him or her what they wanted, then he would love me, she would love me. If I would have only acted a certain way, portrayed to be a certain way, then he would want me, then she would want me. If I would have maximized the opportunity that they gave me, then maybe they would fall head over heels in love with me. Maybe that's it. But that's not necessarily the case. And then there are another group of people who become aggressive and belligerent. Can y'all say that? Aggressive and belligerent. If you can't say it, then it's probably you. You've become aggressive and belligerent, who in no uncertain terms make statements like, they broke my heart. They hurt my feelings. Or simply, they used me. Has anybody ever felt like that? They broke my heart. They hurt my feelings, and they use me. Might I submit for your cognitive consideration, friends, that maybe they didn't break your heart. Maybe they didn't hurt your feelings. Maybe they didn't use you. But maybe, perhaps, just perhaps, maybe you broke your own heart. Maybe you hurt your own feelings. Maybe you set yourself up to be used. How did you do this? Because you expected people who have proved themselves to be unfaithful, manipulative, and flaky at best. You expected something from them that they never had the capacity to give you. In other words, you expected yourself from other people. And that is simply not what you are going to get in return. And so every time this happens, you will find yourself in an unrequited relationship. But the problem is, I still read in psychology that Abraham Maslow said that we have a need for intimate relationships and friends. Might I submit to you that the first intimate relationship that you need would be that of a relationship with God? I want to submit to you that you can't get all of your lateral relationships right until you get your vertical relationship right. My thing is, when you finally start learning how to love God and how to be in relationship with God and choose God over every other thing, I felt that myself. Choose God over every other thing. Then maybe your lateral relationships will become right. Maybe then you won't find yourself in unrequited relationships, but you'll find yourself in relationships where there is full reciprocity. We have to keep in mind, friends, that reciprocity only works when it's generalized, meaning you give and you love and you expect nothing in return. And when you do that with the love of God on your lips and in your heart first, then that is the love that ultimately has to be returned to you. Check it out. I want to say this. Even I have found myself over the period of the last couple of years in several unrequited relationships. I absolutely love people who didn't have the capacity to love me the way that I love them. But the fact of the matter is that when you love God, and when you put God first, then everything else will get right. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all other things will be added unto you. And the fact of the matter is, God is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. He promised that he'd never leave you. He promised that he'd never forsake you. So yeah, it's going to be some people that set you up. It's going to be some people that break your heart. Be some people that walk out on you. But God will never fail you. He'll never give up on you. And he will never run out on you. Say that with me, friends. He will never run out on you. The fact of the matter is when you have a relationship with God, a good relationship with God, a working relationship with God, an unrequited relationship is not something that you have to be worried about. At least not with him. God will give you the wisdom and the discernment to go forth in your lateral relationships. And when God gives you the wisdom to go forth in lateral relationships, they'll be successful. Not saying that everybody's going to do you right all the time. But when you do right by God, God will definitely do right by you. He'll put people in your life who won't fail you, who won't walk out on you, who won't give up on you. That, my friends, is a promise. It's a guarantee. So I want you to do this. Everybody who you even feel like you're in an unrequited relationship with, maybe, just maybe, friends, it's time to cut the ties. Maybe it's time to let them go. And seek ye first the kingdom. Seek ye first God and his righteousness. And watch the people that he'll send to your inner circle. Listen, friends, this has been Sensational Sundays with Chevy. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to Instagram at the New Faith Christian Church. I want you to like our page there. I want you to follow us there. And then I want you to come back to Facebook. And I want you to like the New Faith Christian Church of Springfield. Listen, we want to be in covenant with you. We want to be in relationship with you. We want to serve you. If there's anything that you absolutely need, feel free to contact us at newfaithcc@gmail.com. Listen, we love you. We're praying for you. And it is our prayer that you will go forth unrequited relationships without them and spring forth into the only relationship that matters with God. And he will supply every other need. Listen, friends, God bless you. It's been your friend Chevy from the New Faith Christian Church of Springfield. You have a great evening.